Hello, my name is Plague Zero. I've done videos before with my voice, but this is the first time I'm doing a Reddit story while playing Minecraft. Today, I'll be going through Am I the Asshole and reading through posts while I play Minecraft in the background. First up, we have Am I the Asshole for correcting my coworker in front of a customer after she keeps correcting me? I, 19F, and I recently started a new job. There's a coworker, mid-20s female, who's been there longer from day one. She keeps correcting me, and not in a helpful way, more like publicly. If there's something slightly wrong, she jumps in. If I need to explain something to a customer, she interrupts and re-explains it, even when I'm right. At first, I ignore it because I'm new and I didn't want drama. But yesterday we had a customer, and I was handling everything fine. The customer kept asking questions about small details, and I answered correctly. She immediately cut me off and said, "No, that's not how it works," and give the exact same explanation I just gave, just worded it differently. The customer looked confused, so I said calmly, "That's actually what I just said." She went quiet, and the customer awkwardly laughed. Later, she told me that I embarrassed her, that I shouldn't undermine coworkers in front of clients. But isn't that what she's been doing to me for weeks? Now, I've been wondering if I should just stay quiet again. Honestly, my 2 cents is that you're just being bullied at that point because you're new. It was like she had no reason to butt into any type of conversation you had with a customer unless you signal for help. Am I the asshole for expecting a girl to get off of a treadmill in a gym? The gym I go to doesn't have a lot of treadmills, and I've been recently started running. I went to the gym with my partner last night, and all the treadmills were in use. I used some weight machines to start, then went back to the treadmills. I noticed there was a girl who sat on a treadmill while her friend was just using a treadmill next to her. She'd been there for at least 15 minutes not using it. So I went up and asked if she was planning to use it. She said that she was with her friend but I just said wait, what? Hold up. I noticed there was a girl sat on a treadmill while her friend was using the treadmill next to her. She'd been there for at least 15 minutes not using it. So I went up and asked if she was planning to use it. She said that she was with her friend, but I just said that she can sit with her next to her friend machine while instead of taking up the machine from people who want to use it. She shrugged her shoulders and refused to move. A woman comes over and asks what's happening, so I explained it. She said that the girl's mother and that I shouldn't be telling her daughter to move, or that she's the girl's mother and that he shouldn't be telling her to move. I just said her daughter shouldn't be taking up machines that she has no intention of using. She said her daughter isn't feeling. She said her daughter is feeling to sit there if she wants, and that she's doing nothing wrong. I just said that I can see her daughter I can see her daughter where her daughter gets her talent from. She said I was out of order for commenting on her parents, but I just said that she couldn't be a better parent if she couldn't handle criticism. A member of staff came over, and I went to explain why I was going on. I asked the daughter to move, and that the treadmill. I explained why. Wait, what? A member of staff came over, and when I explained why was going on, you can see that what was going on. I asked her to move off the treadmill or leave the gym. My girlfriend said maybe I shouldn't have argued with the mother. I don't see how I've done anything wrong. Am I the asshole for asking a girl to get off the treadmill at the gym, then arguing with her mother? I don't think OP was an asshole, but I think he could have handled it better, in my opinion. Like, should the girl be staying there if she's not using it? Yeah, no, she should have gone somewhere else, or I don't know, actually use the treadmill. But I feel like getting a mother involved and like criticizing her parenting is just rude. Am I the asshole for not seeing my dad? So I am in my last year of high school, from ages 12 to present. I had issues with my dad, and he and my mom divorced when I was 11. On what I thought was losing interest in at the time, turns out my dad cheated and didn't bother hiding it. But I didn't know that until I was around 14. I was always close to my dad for my entire life, but he introduced me to my stepmom. I said in quotes because he literally started bringing her to the house without warning and never told me who she was. So I just called her M. At first I was trying to scoop out who M was. 12 years old. I didn't really understand, My dad never tells me who she is either, so that didn't help. They were always lovey-dovey with each other, so I put those two and those two together pretty quick. So I put two together pretty quick. That's fine. Dad's got a new girlfriend, not my business. So M and I didn't get along. She constantly verbatim harassed me and told my dad that he never did anything about it. I told my dad, but he never did anything about it. It got to a point where I hated going over to his house on weekly parent switch. So my dad said that she stopped being at his house when I was there. He kept the promise for about 3 weeks, then started again, and again, a cycle of asking my dad to stop having her over at his place when I was there. I know it's asking a lot, but I thought he offered if he stopped going. So blah 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 blah. So M and I didn't get along. She constantly verbally harassed me. I told my dad he never did anything about it, until it got to a point where I hated going over to his house on a weekly parent switch. So my dad said that she stopped being at his house when I was there. He kept that promise for about 3 weeks, and then it started again. A cycle of asking my dad to stop having her at his place when I'm there. I know I was asking a lot, but I thought he cared about his child's well-being. So, since I officially stopped going to his house, my brothers support it. They're not going, since they aren't home. They feel like they don't have a say in it. My mom supports me, but always tries to encourage me to go over a lot. My dad tries to get me to come over. And he said he'll change, but he said it before. My friends are divided. Some say I'm in the right in my decision. Some say give him a chance, and that I am being an asshole for this. M, of course, thinks I'm being an asshole and calls me sensitive. So am I the asshole for not going to my dad's house? I wouldn't say you're the asshole if your stepmother is harassing you in any type of way and you don't feel comfortable going there. You don't feel comfortable going there, and if your dad keeps breaking that boundary you have no point of going there in the first place then, if you're not gonna have a good time, and especially if your dad is just being an asshole in this case. And at the end of the day, it's your decision whether or not if you want to go there or not. Like, you don't have to be verbally harassed and not go there. It's your choice again and how you feel about it. Would I be the asshole if I didn't attend my friend's birthday shower because they said my pregnancy was an accident and I didn't deserve it? That's that's a title. When I was pregnant with my first child 2 years ago, I had a heavy feeling that I had kept my my journey quite discreet because my two friends, they are married, had difficulties with infertility. My fiance and I were expecting it, obviously. They were blah blah. I can't read. When my fiance and I were expecting, it was obvious that they were hurt, and that after each encounter with us, they would cry to themselves. They'll cry themselves to sleep. An interesting way to word things. So whenever we were together, I wouldn't bring it up, the pregnancy, or even at all. The great new thrills I was living. I don't have much friends. So whenever we were together, I wouldn't bring up the pregnancy, or even at all, or all of it, or even all the great thrills I was living. I don't have much friends, so it hurts me inside. It hurts me inside a lot. Not to be able to approach the moment, appreciate the moments as much, but I didn't want to hurt them because the baby was existing inside me. But they talked to other friends of ours, and she talked to other friends of ours and said awful things such as the child was an accident. It wasn't. I was preparing my body for everything in it. Just happened on our first try. They don't deserve a child as much as us. I literally waited my entire life to just begin my own family, since mine was broken ever since my birth. Yes. I remember crying myself to sleep several times thinking about them. Also because I want to daydream about our children growing up together. Whether they adopt or use our other medical options. But they were just mean. I always try to calm down my fiance by telling him that they are hurt, that they don't actually mean it, but it still hurts. And once confronted, they didn't actually apologize. Things that I don't forget. When we introduced our baby to our friend group for the first time, it wasn't at home. They never acknowledged it. Not even, hello baby. They straight acted like if it never existed. That night, I cried again. The next time, they brought gifts but never actually said sorry. Anyways, now a couple are expecting baby twins. They have and I don't know how to pronounce that. They told us first. I hugged them and gave them a small gift. I prepared it for this day, baby clothes and stuff, because I consider myself their friend and congratulate them. Now I have this sinking feeling inside because all the things I didn't get to hold Harley, because I didn't get to do hold Harley, because it was hurting them. They celebrated publicly and loudly. They love to show themselves. I know that it was my fault or not celebrating as much, but I should have, but they were really hurt and hurt me just as much. So now I'm just thinking about not going to their baby shower when it's coming up. Not even a pity move, but because I'm extremely hurt, I've learned to stand up a bit more my ground. So I know that I'll tell them because my reasons, one way or another. But I feel bad because I'm supposed to support them as a friend. So would I be the asshole if I didn't tell their baby shower because they said my pregnancy was an accident and I didn't deserve it? And there's actually an update to this story. Not actually an update, but I want to thank everyone commenting. I didn't really expect this much attention. I actually cried reading all your comments. And I told my fiance that I also won't be going to their baby shower, and he 1,000% is on my side. I know that we'll be able to tell them our reasons of why, and that's totally justified. Because I also know that it's not going to be easy. Because, as one of you said, they'll try to say that we can't be happy for them to our other friends. I won't ghost them, but I definitely won't be present for them. My fiance and I already know that they'll compare their child with ours with everyday accomplishments. They actually already do that to us, buying new house, cars, renovations, etc. As another one you said, it's exhausting. My fiance made efforts to keep our relationship with them for me. He is deeply hurt by the situation, but unlike me, he has people pleasers, I guess. He isn't a people pleaser, I guess. I'm truly grateful for him, to have him. Our first year with a baby, sure, wasn't easy, but he is way more supportive than I could hope for. I know that you're all right about leaving them behind and understand that they're not my friends, but it truly is hard to tell them myself that I haven't been that after having a hard time making some. But I really do know that my family and my own self comes first. I'm just heartbroken. Thank you again for all your beautiful comments. I really wish for you for a beautiful life for you all. That's very sweet. I'm glad that OP won't be in their life anymore though, because their friends were just straight up toxic. Like comparing y'all to themselves. It's just weird. Like this isn't a competition. This isn't a game of life where you're trying to flex your friends in quotation marks about your accomplishments. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to like celebrate, like, oh, we got a new house, but anyways, I think that will be all for today. I hope you all enjoyed my gameplay and my reading, and I hope you liked the video overall, whether that be doing something else or just having me in the background. And maybe I'll do this again. Hopefully it'll be with less stuttering and having trouble reading. But I hope you all enjoyed.